believe I have everything I need. Indeed I do. So, let's get right to it. Hello everyone, my name is Rituro, but you can just call me Mr. Unemployable. We are at the 1/3 mark of the 2017-2018 season, and we've got some stuff to show you here with Glentoran FC in the Northern Irish Premier League, including a brand new affiliate, Moyola Park. And local partnership which players are loaned. We don't have to pay them anything. They get a yearly friendly, which we've already taken care of. And now, in theory, we can send people down, get some minutes at a lower level to hopefully get them some better development. I say in theory, because as of yet, every single person that I've told to go down has refused. You know, I try and get these kids and people I'm not going to use some minutes, so they stay in shape, so they keep their skills fresh. But nope, we don't want to go down and get minutes with a semi-professional club because we're way too much better than that. I suppose if you're going down, below the first and below the second divisions, below the Premiership, I guess maybe that's a little too far of a jump, but still, I mean, come on. Neil Henderson, you're not playing. Go get some minutes. Jack McCraner, you're not displacing Gary Yule or John McGuigan. Go get some minutes. Apparently, not good enough. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. Speaking of winning and losing, we have lost Colin Bell. We've lost Colin Bell just as we got Johnny Addis back. He's gone for thankfully not too long. He was out with a pulled hamstring when he was on international duty with the U21s. Could have been much worse. Thankfully, he will be back and hopefully still ready to go for the league campaign. That's fine. Thank goodness it wasn't anything worse like Addis's fractured wrist. And he is slowly getting himself back into shape, but he's already dropped a full star. He's down to 2.5 at 25 years old. That is not good at all. Not what I wanted to see from one of my formerly stellar defenders. So seeing him drop so heavily does not exactly fill me with happy thoughts. I am going to get his development focused on limited defender there. We're going to focus purely on, I think, not all duties. Let's just focus on limited defender as defend. Keep the workload down there. There we go. Hopefully and get back to where he needs to go in the fullness of time. One other thing to talk about here before we get into today's featured match against Dungannon Swifts. We got some international news right here. Now, as you know, I have been following the plight of the Canadian men's national team, both in real life and in Football Manager. World Cup qualifiers in the 4th round. Canada qualifies for the 2018 World Cup. They did it on goal differential. They had 2 exceptionally tough matches in Mexico, the USA to finish it off. Lost to Mexico. They thankfully got a draw, which was just enough to bring them above Honduras, who were beaten by Mexico, and the goal differential is enough to win it. Whew, by the skin of their teeth, they move on along with Mexico, and the US. Honduras will go into the playoff against Oceania. I imagine that'll be New Zealand, in which case Honduras should make it through, but you just never know. Again, this is entirely unrealistic, the way the state of the current Canadian national team. There's no way we finish above Trinidad and Tobago, let's be honest. But I am super happy that they will be in the 2018 World Cup. Point of pride, there you go. Back on the league front. Unfortunately, our wild undefeated streak has ended with 2 losses here. The one against Linfield was actually right after the second match I played after the end of last episode, and that was an unfortunate loss, 3-1. Linfield just crushed us no matter what formation I put on the pitch. 5-2-3-1, or 5-2-3 didn't work, 4-3-3 got even worse, so that was definitely unfortunate. But thankfully, we do have one more draw than Linfield, which means we stay above them by a single point to stay atop the table, which, fun fact, is more or less acceptable. If I drop down to second, this competition's rating plummets. So, I am on a short leash. Don't let this fool you. I am on a very short leash to get the title. Oh man, I can't believe that is what I'm up against here. But such is life. One thing about Moyola Park, though, even though no one's going down, I did identify a potential prospect to come up, Felix Moore. So when the next transfer window opens, he will move on a free. So hopefully we have another striker prospect in the pool. Should be fun. Of those 2 losses, though, against Linfield and Crusaders, I want to take a quick peek at that Crusaders loss. It was a home loss, which makes it even worse. It was on a 17th minute penalty, which was questionable. But we absolutely throttled them. Shots 21-8, possession 61-39, 7 shots on target. If we can go to the full passing stats here. Passes completed 632 to 379 attempted, 503 completed. I mean, we absolutely just throttled them in every category. And somehow, Crusaders managed to bunker in, get that penalty, and run out of the Oval with a point. Just a gobsmacking loss to suffer. Was not happy with the side. They thankfully bounced back with a 4-1 thrashing of Ballina-Mallard. And then went on and won a paltry 1-0 in the Northern Irish, or the NIFL Cup, which puts us in the quarterfinal against either Ballymena or Dungannon Swifts, which is a nice quarterfinal. Should perhaps get us into the semis. Who knows? Maybe we can make a run at a cup here, having already been dropped from the County Entrance Shield. Not that we care. So let's get to today's featured match here against Dungannon Swifts. As we pass, like I say, we have passed the 1/3 mark of the season, and we move into the back end of, not the back end, I guess, the next third of the 2017-2018 campaign. Now, looking at the schedule here, I mean, Warren Point has been just absolutely abysmal. It looks like they might be going down this year, not Dergview, barring a sudden turnaround by Warren Point and a sudden collapse by Dergview. But, I mean, there shouldn't be a reason for me to have to panic, and certainly there shouldn't be a reason for me to have to send up the first choice squad, maybe get everybody some rest. I have been playing a little bit less, so it will be Ballymena in the NIFL Cup. There we go. Considering we had that 5-5 ding-dong affair with them, that should be a fun match. I have been resting Elliot Morris. I put him in that Linfield match, the 3-1 loss, and he did not look entirely like his old self. So his skill set's falling off. Jamie McCraner, though, who we brought in from Linfield, the youngster, he's been actually looking pretty solid. Looking at his at my last few matches here, he's been in net for the win over Carrick, 2-1, the win over Ballina-Mallard, 4-1, win over Knockbreda, 1-0, the win over Glenevan, 4-1, the win over Portadown, 3-1. So what we're seeing here is he's letting in an average of a goal, which is fantastic. That is what you want from your new first choice keeper. So what do we got here? Yule's on first stream. Is that actually what I want? Before I commit to that, though, let's make absolute certain. Sean Klukas has not he has not exactly been as advertised. The $70,000 man has been less than impressive. I think that is the lineup I want, though, for this Dungannon Swifts match. I don't see anything out of the ordinary there. Good. So let's get back to here then. Let's add us until fit 45. Good. You can go for 45. You can go for the full 90. And you can go for 45. All right. The last thing I want to do is burn everybody out right before we get into our featured match today against Dungannon Swifts. 1,100. I would like to see a decent turnout that actually gets us close to capacity. Maybe we can fit 5,000 or so in the Oval. Why can't we get a domestic crowd to show up for that? Apparently it's European football or nothing for the fickle crowds of Glentoran. Do you see them winning this match? Yeah, they'll do well. I would have liked a home match. Nah, we'll be fine. Public War of Words? Direct style. How good is team spirit? Absolutely. My squad is very strong mentally. Well, they'd better be, considering how often I shout at them when they screw up. Nothing quite as bad as your head coach ripping into you, and goodness knows I will do that without so much as a thought if I don't like where things are going. Happy to move on. See, look at this. I'm finally starting to stop getting every coach in Northern Ireland to hate me. Tolan's at 5 to 7 days. He'll be fine. 4-1 loss to the reserves. Oof. Lennon not selected for first team. Sure. Go play with the kids. See how you do. Get yourself ready for that match against Warren Point. Because Lennon will definitely be seeing the pitch if I have my way here. Get him and McKee on the pitch. Alrighty, here we go. Glentoran and Dungannon Swifts. Beatty not caring. There we go. Lennon got the goal in the 1-0 win. There you are. 5 players out injured here for Dungannon. That should be. I pretty much call it. Stick a fork in it. We should be good to go. But never take anything for granted. This is why I'm not worried about Warren Point. They have 1 win. It was against Dungannon, and they've lost the other 10. So there you go. I'm pretty confident. Alrighty, yeah. I've also been getting to the habit now of getting both Tyrion Lynch and Spike Hill to offer advice, just so I cover my bases, and it seems to be working well. Alright, boys, come on, guys. Show me what you can do. I mean, Dungannon, last year they weren't as easy as they could have been. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully Klukas shows up here and begins justifying that $70,000 fee. Though I'm sure Coleraine is just laughing all the way to the bank that they managed to sell him for that much. Allen here with the free kick early on. Oh, very close indeed. Throw in for Beverland. Looking for McGuigan. Can't find him the first time, and Nelson will take over. But he's brought down by Harper. Beverland with the cross. Allen in space. Brought down. No call. Nelson. McCaffrey wide. Just wide there. Not good enough. Not good enough, boys. It's got to be on target. 4 shots already before the 20-minute mark. Nothing on target. That's not good. And that header is not found by anyone in a green and black kit with red sleeves. Found by Dungannon Blue. Bernie, Klukas, McAlorum, McCaffrey, Hughes. A little back heel to Nelson, who will run it in. Hughes can't get in. Can McCaffrey off the bar, and it's loose! There it is, Daniel Hughes. Thank you very much, sir. 12th goal of the season. Hughes is definitely living up to his billing. He is he's worth the salary that I'm paying him, that's for sure. So that actually makes me think if it just took Hughes a year to get acclimatized, maybe we gotta wait a year for Klukas to get his acting gear, and then he can start bossing the midfield like I'd always hoped he would. Hanley. Back to Grieve, as it's a... Ooh, Beverland had to hurry there. Good job by Beverland to head it back to Jamie McCraner in net. See what the youngster does here. Drop kick looks forward. Trying to find Allen, and will find him. Little ball to Nelson. Kim Nelson brought down, no call, and Grieve go back the other way. Beverland intercepts. McCaffrey. Nelson. McAlorum. McCaffrey. Allen. Hughes. Oh, just wide from Hughes. So that's a little bit better now. We are actually at the 20-minute mark. Shot the target. Oh, Hughes going for 2. Now we're starting to see a little more clinical finishing. Last 3 shots have all been on target, and 1's gone in. I'm surprised that they didn't count that shot that hit the bar as being woodwork. 'Cause, I mean, clear as day, McCaffrey. Or I wonder, was that a save that popped straight up? That might explain. That might explain it. We shall see. McCurr to Sproul. McCraner does well at his near post to keep that out. McCurr, low. Back to Harper. King. Looking long, but he was offside. Very offside. It was Sproul. Approaching halftime, still 1-0. Dungan's actually logged 4 shots, so they are not going away quietly here. Klukas in space, opts to go back to McAlorum instead of having the shot himself. McCaffrey to Klukas. McAlorum. Nelson. Grieve. McCaffrey. Nelson. Klukas. McCaffrey. Brought down. Klukas. McCaffrey. Allen! Oh! Oh, that rolled past the post. And not by very much at all. 1-0 at the Oval. That wasn't too bad. Let's keep it simple here. I don't want to overdo it. We're in control of this game. Let's go out and kill it off in advance of the Warren Point fixture coming up next. I will say this, being at the top or near the top of the table third way through the season gives us a very nice cushion. I mean, in the unlikely event we could hold on and take the title, get into Champions League, not just Europa League, I mean, our debts would be a thing of the past. I don't think we could actually do any better in the qualifying stages of Champions League than we did in the qualifying stages of Europa League. I mean, if your goal is to get far in European soccer, I'd rather we get Europa League. Because then we might have a chance of getting into the league proper. And be that as it may, you just never know. Maybe we get a favorable draw and we move on a couple of rounds. You never know. Allen with a free kick here. Over the bar. Not troubling the keeper at all. Alright, now they start thinking about preserving strikers, I believe. So Jordan Stewart can come on. And you're going to deep lie. And I think we gotta keep our options fairly solid here. So we'll push Mullen into Nelson's spot, and we'll move Klukas over and see if that helps. And then I would like to get Addis on at the I'd like to get him on at the 80th just so he gets a 10-minute run out. Klukas with the free kick. Oh, just wide. I didn't realize he had that good of a free kick ability. I should check that out. Hughes. For Klukas. Oh, shut it! Klukas with a nice strike! His first of the season and his first as a Glen is a beautiful one. There's that $70,000 man putting his stamp on the game. Hughes does well to set him up as well. Little layoff. Klukas is in space. Doesn't even wait. It's a first-time volley into the corner of the net. Well taken there by Shannon Klukas. And we are at a 2-0 scoreline. Now, what does Dungannon have to say about that right off the kickoff? Controlling. Going long. Sproul will not get there ahead of Bernie, though. And Callum Bernie will get it over to Beverland. To McCaffrey. To Klukas. To Hughes. To McCaffrey. Is there another chance almost immediately for the Glens? Kane. Klukas. They're loving it at the Oval. Cheering with every pass. Klukas looks forward, and McCaffrey will go back to McAlorum. Solid possession here. Stewart. Hughes is brought down well off the ball. No call. Let's see him waving his arms in frustration there. There's the long ball, though, and Hughes will bury it. It is a quick-fire double. Hughes makes it 3-0. And Hughes has his second of the game. Very nice and evil. I'm definitely bringing on Addis now. Addis will definitely be coming on in the 80th minute. I realize it would have been nice to see that replay again, but we all saw it. It was pretty. Alright, let's make that substitution. Let's get Bernie off, Addis on. And I'm just going to say, no pressure, Johnny. No pressure. Just get on there, find your legs. Find your legs, Johnny. 10-minute run out should be good for him. McLegan trips Hanley. I will say this, McAlorum's actually been really good about not taking a bajillion cards this season, so I'm quite happy with his discipline. And Kane does very well there to defend that, and it is a deserved 3-0 victory for the Glens. Klukas, an 8.8 final rating with a goal and an assist. That's much, much better from Klukas. He's now actually, in one match, admittedly it was one match, he is showing what he can do. Good win, boys. Well done. That is the third mark of the season complete. We remain in first place. Linfield, the 2-1 win over Crusaders, also right behind us, matching us step for step. You got to think one slip-up, only one slip-up. It's all it'll take for either Linfield or Ballymena, who have made their own charge to pass Cliftonville to catch us. Can I stay ahead of them? That's what we're going to find out next time on Mr. Unemployable. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you like what you've seen, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, favorite, tell all your friends about the videos being hosted at youtube.ca/steelswords. You can also follow me on twitch.tv/Rituro, where I record all these episodes live. And don't forget, you can reach out to me on Twitter at that Rituro guy. Once again, my name is Rituro. You can just call me Mr. Unemployable, and we'll see you next time.